Are you ready to get your fix?
With the Wicks here on this beautiful Monday, February 27, 2023, and I hope that you are ready to get your fix. Now, I had to take some time off to kind of decompress, get a little, back to feeling myself again, which, hey, that's beside the fact. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fantastic. The Chicago Bears, though, have a decision to make. They currently hold the number one overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, and apparently some reports are coming out that they are willing and listening to trade talks to potentially move on from that number one pick. And hey, I think it's a smart choice. I think they should do it. So let's dive through it. This is a little tidbit from ESPN that says the the Chicago Bears have been approached by multiple teams about trading the number one pick in this year's NFL Draft. And Chicago is said to be leaning toward moving the pick, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter. The Bears own the top pick in a year where when anywhere from 8 to 12 teams could be looking to make a switch at quarterback. So there's a couple teams out there that we're going to look through right now by Field Yates. He said the Bears are in a unique spot because there is a credible case right now for several teams in the top 10 to consider a jump, large or small, up the board for a quarterback. Here are just some of them. The Texans, who have the number 2 pick, could move up. I could see that, but I think they could be content because whoever gets selected number 1, they'll just take the next guy or the next best available guy, so they probably won't do it. The Colts at number 4 is a very intriguing one. They've had a quarterback issue basically since Andrew Luck was there. Okay, so you kind of get that. At 7, you got the Las Vegas Raiders. They got rid of Derek Carr. He's a free agent. He's weighing his options, stuff like that. And then you got at number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not so sure that they're going to make this move just because they do have Desmond Ridder. He looked pretty decent towards the end of the season. I think they're going to continue to roll with him and maybe just pick up a veteran backup in case Ridder doesn't do good things. And then at 9, you got the Carolina Panthers. Again, another quarterback situation where you're like, what are we doing? All right, they might hold some cards to potentially move up to the number 1. I don't think they have enough firepower to do that unless it's just a swap of picks. You get the 9, I get the 1, something like that. But those are just some teams to keep a close eye on. But if it was me, okay, or if you want my opinion, I honestly believe that the Colts are going to trade up, because they're sick and tired of having these Joe Schmo quarterbacks, these guys, these older gentlemen who just can't seem to win ball games or make the playoffs. They should have made the playoffs last season. They should have made it 2 seasons ago. I mean, these guys just kind of crap it away, right? So I looked at a mock draft from NFL draft expert Ryan Wilson, which kind of makes sense to me right here. Okay, Colts trade up, give the Bears the 4th overall pick. And then the Colts take Bryce Young. But then the Bears, right? I think this is a great move. The reason why I want them to trade out of that number 1 pick is because they got Justin Fields. Okay, he's a stud. He's going to be a superstar at some point. You just have to give him the weapons, build the foundation around him to give him success on the football field. So I think what they do is they focus on that defensive side of things, get a linebacker like Ryan Wilson has them taking Will Anderson Jr. from Alabama. I like that move. You can take a defensive lineman, whatever the case may be, because they got rid of Roquan Smith and whatever his name, Robert Quinn or something like that. So they need help defensively. And I think they can also focus offensively later on in the draft and then free agency, stuff like that, and give Justin Fields those weapons. But they always say defense wins you championships. So I think this would be a smart move for Chicago, because why would you take Will Anderson Jr. number 1 overall? I mean, you could, but I think you hold a lot of leverage here having that number 1 overall pick, where you can kind of weigh your options, what's going to be the best for the team. Maybe you get an extra pick later in the maybe second round. You get that first round, you get a second round, whatever the case may be. But I think it'd be smart for Chicago to trade out of that number 1 spot and just build the foundation around Justin Fields and kind of move on from there. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you think the Chicago Bears should do. Do they keep that number 1 pick? Do they trade out of it? And if so, who do they trade it to? And drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your day, folks. And you just got your fix with the Wicks.